Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry, and it's time for some more Kingmaker, at long last. Now, I know I had to replay this entire last episode, unfortunately, and I want to be getting from here to over here, which will mean going down over here, all the way around and up over there. And apparently, this place is infested with insanely high challenge rating foes, so I cannot sleep. Now,
it is done.
That reminds me, since I'm going to have to walk quite a way and not get a proper rest, I've taken pretty much everything of value here, of way back when I was playing Baldur's Gate for the very first time. And I happened to come across an old set of haunted ruins about 3/4 of the way down the right hand side of the map on the easternmost border, where I engaged in combat with many dangerous foes. Is there a way around here?
No stopping now.
Probably. I think I have to go down there, but oh, maybe not. Yeah, so I explored for a while, and then my party needed to rest, and I thought, these are a bunch of brave, foolhardy individuals. They're going to try and rest right here in the ruins. And so I tried to rest, and my heroes were ambushed by kobold commandos. Oh joy! Well, somehow we managed to survive and fight off the kobold commandos and defeat them. At which point, we still needed to rest. In fact, we needed to rest even more. So I once again tried to rest within the ruins. Now, I believe I might have relocated to a slightly different room, or might have even just tried to rest again on the spot.
We should move.
Confide in me.
Are you completely out? Oh, that's not good. Okay. Yeah. So, just like this group of heroes need to rest somewhere. And they can find no rest here. So I tried to rest a second time. At which point I was once again assaulted by another group of kobold commandos. I managed to survive against the odds once again. Oh, hello, we'll take all of that then. And decided that clearly this was not the place for me to find rest. So I went outside the dungeon and I tried once again to rest, at which point I was, for a third time, set upon by kobold commandos. So my,
Onwards.
barely level 2 party, almost level 1, staggered away from that encounter. Somehow everyone survived. I left the location, I travelled all the way to the opposite edge of the world map, and along the way, I ran into a random encounter where I was ambushed by kobold commandos. This was, of course, ridiculous. After somehow surviving that, I made it the rest of the way through my journey to the destination map I was heading for, which was the one full of hobgoblins, or one of the 2 maps full of hobgoblins, all shouting forward march, where I rested and was not attacked by kobold commandos. It felt great. However, that's also remarkably similar to my experience here.
Something bothering you?
What is your level 2 spell selection? I mean, how many lesser restoration did you... It's not... Oh, it is B for spellbook. Okay, let's see. We have an empty level 1 slot, which we should absolutely do something with. I'm going to actually go with Burning Hands just in case, and it won't let me. Okay, it should let me, but it won't. And I know some of you are going to say, "Oh, but you can only put domain spells in the domain slot." Actually, that's a lie. That was something brought in. That was basically added in later on because idiots insisted on it when it was never originally the case. So, I've not Divine Favour. Firebelly is a dwarven spell for worshippers of Torag, so it shouldn't really be available. Unbreakable Heart is likewise another religion-based spell, so I'm going to go... I want to go Remove Fear, but it's very tricky to cast. Wait a minute. Actually, no, so that's a defensive boost. Alright. Do you have any empty spell slots that need filling? Not yet. And everyone's basically firmly entrenched in the level area, and I imagine Tristan is closest to gaining a level. I mean, we want to rest to clear some of that poison damage. And when it comes to resting, we do not have the greatest amount of supplies. They look a little bit like this, but they're not that. I think we got enough to camp once without hunting. We might not even have that. Okay. Well, let's head on up. Are any of these of remarkable quality? Because the game won't let us carry everything, unfortunately. I'm not seeing any top quality gear there. Now, we are... oh, hey. Did we push that down here, or... yes, we did. Okay, good. Okay, that's clear.
March on!
I believe we've... yeah, see, there it is. So we've essentially opened a shortcut. And we are wanting to get to here. Good God. And beyond that, the Sycamore Hall. I'm imagining that whatever happens there will be incredibly dangerous and isn't likely to just be a little book section, right?
No
And
stopping
we're
now.
going to need that full rest before we can go in there. So we're basically needing to head all the way out this way. Lindsay,
Anything is
do you have
possible.
any...
I'm listening.
Oh, for God's sake, Lindsay, you idiot. Right. So we're going to have to go all the way outside, and we're going to have to hunt, because hunting wastes time and brings us closer to the arbitrary fake time limit, which shouldn't exist, which literally has, unless it's like, oh, by this time he will have completely taken over and the kingdom will recognize his authority or something. You know, that's not all we need. I mean, literally, they paid for us to come here. They aren't paying for our continued upkeep or anything. So they have no reason to place a chokehold on our ability to do things. That being said, there is a sense of urgency, a sense of dread. And
Follow
a
me.
great need for slumber. Now, let's further complicate things a little bit. The problem is that resting at this point just completely breaks immersion and destroys any sense of urgency or storyline flow. Because now we're going to have to also leave this area so that we don't get ambushed and go back to the world map. Which will then mean a long overland walk through most of the area. Because we're going to have to reappear over here and walk all the way back around like this. Now there's lots of danger here. I'm going to go that way? Yeah. Maybe we will be able to rest here among the carnage and the slaughter. Also, there's a huge shambling mound just south of here that is obviously a great cause for concern. So against my better judgment, I will attempt to rest. And hopefully not get ambushed by some giant double archetype spider of ridiculous chance rating with a 31 AC next time. Right, we do have enough rations, but we should not use them. We should absolutely hunt, which will make it a much longer camp. Okay, Lindsay, can you? Wow, you can. That'll be interesting then. Alright, we'll go with that this time. And fingers crossed we'll be okay. Did I not already press this button? Because I'm pretty sure I pressed this button.
All those nights you always talk about on men. Weren't there any women? A band of men sounds pretty sad and depressing.
Oh yes, there was a Vudrani tiefling named Vivriel. She was a talented caster who could manifest energy weapons to strike her opponents. She sounds beautiful and deadly. Kind of like you.
Actually, if she was Vudrani, it'd be more likely Vivriel rather than Vivriel. Okay. And you spoiled the cooking Europe. Who was cooking? I'm going to have to look into that. And we didn't get ambushed. And some of the poison
Share your
damage is
troubles.
gone. That's great. Let's cast Lesser Restoration on you. And you're back to normal as well. Good job. And now, finally, we can head back under this tree and hopefully discover what Tartuccio has been up to and put an end to his wickedness once and for all. And find a load of treasure that's too heavy for us to carry it away. You know it's going to happen. You literally know. So I should be abusing... Oh, God, I don't like the Forgotten Realms, here's too many potions and magic items nonsense. You know, the consumable abuse. I mean, all these so-called heroes will have to be going to visit Potion Addicts Anonymous soon if this carries on. You know it makes sense. And I know that this episode's been mostly walking, but it's also been not getting killed by a ridiculous giant monster that wouldn't let us sleep. So that's a great relief. Why does that seem to be down instead of up?
No stopping now.
Oh god, we can't get there this way, can we? We literally can't. I don't think we can. I think we have to go down to go up. I mean, literally, this is going to be like... Then again, actually, we can just walk through this way. Well, that's very good to know. And we'll come to this mass of tangled briars, and I believe we've got some kind of key or thing that will open them.
Onwards.
Alright, just steady on a moment. Okay, I'll do. And now for death and glory. Or maybe it is a book section after all. That's bloody Tartuccio, isn't it? The bastard. He's going to auto-escape and...
Oh, my impromptu rival. You are late, as always. A little advice? Never join any races. Speed is just not for you.
The outline of an unknown artifact disappears in the portal and Tartuccio turns to you. He still looks like a kobold, but seems to think it is useless to keep pretending. I know you're a spy for Pitax.
But you don't know my mission. And won't ever know, because I will never tell you. Even for the pleasure of seeing your discouraged face.
Well, why don't you try telling me? What were you looking for here? Why did you need all of this nonsense?
Don't take me for an idiot. I am not going to tell you anything. Even despite the fact that I am going to kill you. By the way, did you know I am going to kill you?
Yes, I'm fairly sure you expect me to die. I would ask why that is, guys, because it strokes your ego that you may have managed to fool this many gullible minions.
Do you mean the performance I put on for the kobolds? Wasn't this an excellent idea? The poor folks did everything I wanted, even started a brawl with their beloved neighbor mites. I did not even need to make any effort to complete my mission. That is why I will always be a step ahead of you and the like.
No, you're just arrogant and think you are.
And this is the person I nearly made the hero of my book? Ew.
That is not a word unless you're talking about sheep.
Without a doubt, vice does have its advantages. However, in the end, it always, you hear me? Always gets what it rightfully deserves.
While I would love to resolve this peacefully, I'm a servant of Torag and you are Tartuccio. Let's end this.
To victory!
Right. Megadeth, here we come. I want you... Actually, no, you can do it. Yeah. Bless, where's the bless? Where is the bless? There is for bless. Sorry, it's been a while. I've been convalescing. Right, you get in there. Amiri, fight that one. Now, let's get that communal protection from evil. Yep. Right, why don't you... There we are, good. Lindsay! Let's do two things. Let's inspire courage, and then magic missile the spellcaster, because you might beat him on initiative. And it would force a concentration check. Speaking of concentration checks... Oh man, he's just out of range for telekinetic fist. Okay. How about a snowball? Still? Oh, okay. Well, that won't do it. Alright, yeah, just shoot that one in the back. Alright.
I see
You know what to do. Oh, for God's sake! Right. Other. Yes, because of course a fireball is totally fair when we're this level. Actually, it's not too bad. Right, then I need you to just channel positive energy. Now, how's that bless? Didn't happen. Do it again. You... got any potions? Nope. Okay. Well, he's killed most of his minions. Let's run him down. Right. I need you to smite the evildoer. And even cast Challenge Evil on him. You, group heal. Oh, nice. Not quite sure why it paused there, because my finger barely grazed the key. Right, I need you two near of a fight. What the hell's going on there? I see you all. We have days. We absolutely can. Awesome. Right, now you... where's the other one? I don't care, hit him with a hideous laughter. Oh, there's the other one, awesome. Right, you, if you could charge that one, that'd be perfect. I believe we might have killed Tartuccio to death. Right, get in there and fight that bugger.
We can do it!
Is that even a charge lane? It is now. You back out. Great.
I'll make my own legend.
Tartuccio is destroyed. He is no more. Broken crossbow. Might be part of an antique. Wand of magic missiles. Fine. Ring. Ring. Yeah. Yep. Now, what else is in here apart from all the bodies? That's a very good question, and probably nothing that we can take of significant value. But we should rejoice, for Tartuccio is no more. He probably fought to fell us with that one swift fireball. And to be fair, he had a pretty good chance. I'm so glad I was able to rest before coming down here. However, he has placed an item in a teleportation spell. Magic shield, yes please. We are taking all of these
March
things.
on.
At which point we're probably too heavily burdened to bloody leave. There wasn't... Whatever was here that he was after is definitely long gone. I'm gonna take a moment here. Right. Heavy shield +1. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. On a magic missile with 18 charges. We will give that to... I mean, basically to you, Octavia. Ring of protection +1. 16, 12, yeah. I think absolutely we should give it to the needy. Broken Cobble's relic. A sacred branch of the old Sycamore is white as snow and covered with drops of hardened amber resin. You can sense the magic in the relic. It opens the entrance to the underground Sycamore Hall. Yeah, okay, we used that to get in. Oh, alright. Well, now we need to reorganize all these things and probably head back to Oleg's, to be honest. But first
How may I
off,
help?
I mean, I could just heal the 2 or 3 badly wounded people, but at this point, we have so many of these that that's good enough already. Okay. Well, Tartuccio is well and truly dealt with. I should be feeling some kind of grand sense of achievement,
It
really.
is done.
And I'm not. I'm feeling a slight sense of relief. Actually a bit of tension in the throat. It's rather odd. After all this time, you'd think there'd be more of a sense of satisfaction. Clearly, there are grander things that must be dealt with. But at last, I believe we have fully explored the many caverns and tunnels beneath this ginormous tree. Now let's head out back to the surface, go back to Oleg's, buy some food and supplies, which I think he's actually run out of, and he doesn't seem to be resupplying. So we may literally now have to be hunting every time we camp. But at least we can sell some of this assorted cack, and Octavia's getting tired already. Of course she is. That's often the case. Oh no, that's not tired. Okay.
What a sorry spectacle. The treacherous servant of a treacherous king, who in his turn is mere servant to even greater powers. He impersonates a lesser creature and dies. A good joke is a powerful weapon, and a bad one can seal the Joker's fate. So be it. Rise, my unfortunate jester. Your performance is not over yet.
Now that's just cheating. Literally cheating. And if I go back there, he won't be there for me to kill again. I mean, it's almost as if we shouldn't have even been shown that. It's disgusting. Now, before we do leave this area, there is the nasty, horrible, shambling mound we could go look at. Somewhere up here, there's something we can interact with. There's supposed to be a really nasty wolf around here somewhere, and there's a group of humanoid bandits over there. You know what? Yeah, let's go and look at that. Okay, yeah, we could climb down here or just walk around it.
No stopping now.
Let's go look at this hideous shambling mound before we end the episode. Something I'm probably going to regret.
Follow me.
Right. I managed to find out that Tartuccio is in the case of the old Sycamore while we fought the bloodthirsty beast with Temple. Yeah. It turns out our rival isn't quite so simple. Well, we're supposed to report that he's dead now, even though we've blatantly been shown that he's been restored to life. Here we are. Alas, Tartuccio preferred to fall in battle rather than surrender. Keston, Garrus, and the Sword Lords must learn of his fate. I imagine they won't be too pleased.
Onwards.
What the... Right. Now, Shambling Mound is like a... We're probably in high enough level to deal with it now, but I think we need lots of fire to do so. Which we do not have. And it doesn't seem that hostile yet.
Check that out.
Oh, come on, seriously? Well, we got another one of those. And I know there's one on another map somewhere. And I can't remember exactly where. Right. Lonely Shambling Mound. Why the hell is it lonely? Okay, we'll take those. I'm going to regret doing this, but... Look, can we just walk around you and search this area? Oh,
No stopping
hello.
now.
Wait, was this your friend? The body of a woman fouled beyond recognition, her fingers still clenching a torn leather leash. Oh, this is going to push us over our limit, isn't it? Right, lab journal. We went into the woods, found many roots, pine cones, flowers, and a dead squirrel. Scant little I can make of that. I must consider where I might gain rarer ingredients for my experiments. Some damnable raccoons got into the hut while I was exploring the woods. Broke all the glassware. The only things left are 10 flat-bottomed glass tubes. Bottomed glass tubes, not flat-bottomed glass tubes. 5 round-bottomed flasks, a couple of porcelain mortars, 3 pestles, and the precious spiral. Precious spiral, eh? A good thing all the pots were still there. So many good chemicals wasted. It's a shame. Need to look everything up in the closet. Tried to finish the experiment today. The one I started at the old lab. Used the lead powder from the master's box. At the crystallization stage, the liquid foamed, changing colour and formed a deposit. Another successful experiment, and I've all but exhausted my supply of essential materials. Caught a raccoon with a snare trap. Didn't get the bastard into the hut in time. Perhaps I should. That's gone off the bottom, I can't read that. If I pick that up, I still might not be able to read that. Info. Perhaps I should ask some hunters to help in catching experimental subjects, but I must save some money, and besides, I see how these bumpkins scowl at me, as if I've grown horns. Third attempt at the crystallization experiment. Broke the last round-bottomed flask. I recall my tutor calling me ham-handed and making me clean up. Perhaps he was right, but he did teach me much, despite everything. But why didn't he wish me to develop my abilities? Didn't he want me to learn anything beyond the basic potion recipes? Kept saying I wasn't ready, but in truth he feared the students surpassing the teacher. Mate, if you're that clumsy, possibly not. And for good reason. I shall prove this process works. I'll prove it to everyone. Today an old lady came from a nearby village asking me to make her goats yield more milk. I had to help. I'm in desperate need of money. Oh, why must I spend some time so... Boring. Boring. Boring! Several pages remain empty, then the writings continue. Observation day 1. Finally! I finally got a chance I can't miss. I found a dying elf in the woods. She was barely breathing and ants were swarming all over her. Who is she? What happened to her? It matters not. This is the opportunity I've been waiting for. With great effort I managed to drag her to the hut, remove her clothes and hide her behind the bags in the corner. Enough wasting my talents on trifles. It's time for action. Used the largest glass tube from a master's box, the one with the warning, in case of contact with skin, wash off immediately. Ha! The doddering old parrot of all the standard... Doddering, not dottering. You're thinking of doting and dotage? No, doddering. Double D. I spread it evenly over her body and began my observations. Observation day 3. The subject has survived. Had to tie her up and gag her. the moaning could attract unwanted attention. Her skin is changing, but it's hard to determine the precise character of these changes. The early stages of festering, perhaps. The treated areas do smell faintly. Observation Day 5. The changes continue, faster and faster. The epidermis has festered away. The joints are grown swollen, tough, and calloused, and the subject has a fever. Did you turn the elf into this shambling mound? Observation Day 9. Over the past few days, the subject's legs became covered with mildew and moss. Her fingers and toes grow long and crooked, as though she would grow into the ground. I shall move the subject outside. The experiment now demands sunlight. Where's the heart? Observation Day 13. The body's changes are so significant it's impossible to recall the creature's original appearance from the way it looks now. A seething growth covers the whole body's surface. Every day I find new kinds of moss, mildew, grass, and other plants. The subject attempts to move. Had to immobilize her. I try to make contact, but she utters inarticulate sounds, alike to howling. Might intelligence be restored at a further stage of regeneration? Observation Day 18. The subject has grown larger, several times. She is now strangely quiet these last few days. I'm beginning to worry. In the end, I see I've become attached to her. She will make me famous! Observation Day 25. My living experiment shows all signs of obedience. She is much like a little tree, a magnificent walking tree. She is already 8 feet tall, and the child keeps growing. I wish to give her space, more fresh air and sunlight. I suspect we shall need some fertilizer. For now, I only walk her around the woods on a leash. This is the greatest achievement of my career. Soon we'll be ready for a journey to Absalom, and there I will present my masterpiece. I must think of a name for my girl. How about Lonely Shambling Mound? Right. 3 potions of lesser restoration. 3 potions of cure light wounds. Magical shirt of mail. I believe, Lindsay, that is an upgrade for you. Yeah, you're not even wearing armor. That will pop you up to a 19. Yep. And of course you don't just look at the first number, but it's the most important one overall. Right. How do we want to deal with this thing? Well, I think that's something to decide for the next episode. For now, I'm going to save it here before anything bad happens. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!